When you have a system by which you're creating money as debt when a bank issues a loan, you get into some very pernicious dynamics. Because when the bank issues a loan, it issues only the principal of the loan, the amount of money that corresponds to the principal of the loan. It does not create the money that must be repaid as interest.
Let's say you borrow $100,000 from the bank at 10% interest. A year later, you must repay the bank $110,000. And remember, the bank did not create that extra $10,000.
Now, where's that other $10,000 going to come from? The only way money gets created is by banks making loans. So the bank had to make a loan to someone else to bring that additional $10,000 into the economy.
So each year, more new money must be loaned into existence to cover all of the past outstanding debt. And that debt compounds at the rate of interest.
Since compound interest is an exponential function and money is created on the basis of loans that carry compound interest, you have an exponential growth in debt.
If it's a debt-based, interest-based system, you put out 10, you take back 11, you put out 11, you take back 12.5. So it grows and grows and grows. It's a pyramid scheme until eventually the whole world is locked in debt. That's why we have all this pressure on growth, growth, growth. We have to always expand just to find the money to service the debt that is our money supply. Just to stay where we are, we have to grow, grow, grow.
If the economy's not growing fast enough to increase the debt fast enough, then the loans go into default just because, you know, people are scrambling around to get the money to pay back the bank.
It's like a game of musical chairs. Everybody knows that game. We all played it as kids. If you don't have enough chairs, then somebody's going to lose out. That's the way it is with the debt money system.
Will somebody default? Yes, there is always defaults because that's what the nature of business is. That's the nature of capitalism. We're taking risks. Is that bad? No, not necessarily. We live with risk.
This risk we call the business cycle, which goes something like this. In boom times, debt accumulates exponentially, like plaque building up in the veins of the economy. Since people are competing for a scarce amount of money, inevitably someone defaults. These initial defaults trigger more defaults, and the cascade of defaults eventually crash the economy. The crash wipes out bad debts and people's savings, but with the bad debt cleared, the economy's circulatory system begins flowing upward again.
So it is a system that has boom and bust cycles built right into it.
There had been 187 monetary crises over the last 25 years. There have been 96 banking crashes in the last 25 years. The system is systemically unstable.
The reason the whole system's collapsing is that the whole world has been locked in debt. Every government's in debt, people everywhere are in debt. How could they all be in debt? Who are they in debt to? They're in debt to the bankers who created this whole system and are taking back more than they put out.
Something's wrong with the design, and the design is terminal, in my opinion, because we cannot grow debt to infinity.